Good morning. It's great to be here in Cairns, and I would like to acknowledge Queensland Police Service Assistant Commissioner Barrett Schafferius, representing the Commissioner of Queensland Police Service, Matt Rippon, Deputy CEO Intelligence Operations, Australian Criminal Intelligence Commission, Bree James, Assistant Minister, Member for Barron River, Philemon Mosby, Mayor, Torres Strait Island Regional Council, Elsie Siriat, Mayor, Torres Shire Council, and Rhonda Coghlan, Cairns Regional Council. This is my first time to North Queensland since I was sworn in as the AFP Commissioner. This is a great part of Australia. It is a great part of the world. Yet because of its location in Australia, where some areas are very remote and vulnerable to organised crime, we need to supercharge our efforts to protect the communities who live here. Today with QPS, I can announce the North Queensland Joint Organised Crime Task Force, the new powerful lever to deter and disrupt organised crime. This new AFP QPS task force will help ring-fence North Queensland and our region from criminals in Australia and offshore who are profiting from the most heinous of crimes: the trafficking of illicit commodities, sexual servitude, forced labour and people smuggling. It will also help safeguard against potential foreign interference, given the proximity of the Torres Strait to the Pacific. This highly trained, highly dedicated team will have access to world-leading capability, powers and resources. We are bringing to North Queensland what we have set up in other parts of Australia. This is what criminals fear. This is one of the reasons why so many Australian criminals flee overseas. They fear our collective, dogged determination to identify them and ensure that they are prosecuted in Australia and in overseas courts. The long arm of the AFP reaches into more than 30 countries where we are permanently based, and this will help provide further intelligence to identify who are the greatest threats to the front line of Australia. We will counter the growing threat of criminals sourcing methamphetamine and cocaine stockpiled in the Pacific. We believe there are tons of illicit commodities that have been stockpiled in the Pacific over many years, giving onshore and offshore organised crime syndicates reliable and easy access to dangerous drugs on the doorstep of Australia. We know vulnerability and profitability are key drivers for organised crime, as is low risk and high reward. This new task force will bolster security at our border and dramatically increase the risk for organised crime. Importantly, there is a growing concern among First Nations leaders in the Torres Strait and Bamaga that more of their youth are consuming illicit commodities because of the increase of trafficking through the region. The advocacy of Mayors Mosby and Siriat has been invaluable. They have been honest and direct about what it means for their people, their youth, and their culture. They know, like all of us, the damaging and long-term consequences of consuming illicit commodities can have a devastating effect on our young people, and our young people are our future. When I became Commissioner in October last year, I set new priorities, including protecting our vulnerable communities and our kids, plus protecting our domestic security and our region. Organised criminals are a direct threat to Australia's sovereignty and security, and that means every resource, including all capabilities available to our counter-terrorism teams, will be available to protect North Queensland. I want the communities of North Queensland to know the AFP, with our key partners like QPS, ABF and the Australian Criminal Intelligence Commission, that we will do everything in our power to protect you from the scourge of organised crime. We have listened and we are now acting with deliberate effect. And to the criminals, hear us loud and clear. We are here and we are coming for you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Commissioner, for that welcome. I won't go through the acknowledgements that have already been done. I'm Assistant Commissioner Brett Schafferius for the Far Northern region of the Queensland Police Service. This announcement today and this formation is great news for the Far North. It's great news for the Torres Strait, for the Cape, for our Far North communities, and more broadly across Australia. We all know the complexity of the operating environment that we work in up here. We've got the Torres Strait, we've got our international borders that we have, And with that complexity, there is a level of job needs in our area that don't exist elsewhere. And what is fantastic about this model that has been set up is that it is being staffed by local officers from both the AFP and the QPS, and so that the knowledge of the local operating environment is known right across those that are working in that space. The AFP and the QPS have got a very long and strong history of working together in the far north, and that's the way it should be. Both of our agencies and our other partner agencies are here for one reason, and that is to support our communities no matter where they are in Australia. This initiative, this formalisation of this operating model, will only strengthen that and continue to deliver outstanding results for the communities up here. Let's face it, all I hope in my role as the Assistant Commissioner is that our communities are as safe as humanly possible, no matter what that looks like at the end of the day. And this is just another tool in that box that we put out there to achieve that result at the end of the day.